Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here. And as of today, we have been looking at our bug population, their different features, and the traits found within those features in an effort to help save a group and population of bugs from a sinking island. And these bugs are very important to us because, as Dr. Young and her team has discovered, they can help us with medicines that can cure and treat different illnesses. So we were introduced to the problem, and your job was to begin thinking about the traits and features our bug population has. So Dr. Young needed you to collect data on the population and then analyze environments where their variations could survive and create a scientific argument for where to move them. The problem is we have a lot of different bugs with a lot of different traits and variations. So we have to figure out how to then analyze what traits would be best for what environment. So you all started by taking our Legos, understanding that they were bugs, and now we got to figure out what environment to put them in. We figured out that our bugs had specific features, and those features could be broken into different traits, whether it was the length of the Lego piece being long versus short, the number of dots on the top being from few to many, or even the colors that they have. All of these features with all of these unique traits are important not only for the medicine that they could give us, but also helping us decide where to relocate them. So, to help us decide that, we have to model what traits we have, how many of those traits to help us pick an environment. So, let's take a look at how we're going to do that. So, today we're going to be modeling our bugs. Our bug population has a lot of different traits that can be successful in any environment. Visually showing the traits in a histogram can help us decide what variations can be most successful over time. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by separating the bugs on your table into groups based on the traits that they've found within the features. So if this picture of our dogs here represents that table graph that we have, your job is going to be to separate them based on the traits. So the traits that we are looking at are white, black, red, gray, yellow, and brown for our fur color feature. So what we did is we took our fur color feature and we sorted them into groups based on their traits. So we had all our black dogs together, our brown dogs, our red, our yellow, our gray, and our black. And once we had them organized, we placed them onto our table histogram to see their different distributions. So I put all of the white dogs together, gray dogs together, yellow dogs, and I stacked them to see their distribution. And that's what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to place your bug groups onto your table histogram to see how the distribution of traits compare to one another. This is going to help us decide where we're going to be sending our bugs and what new environment they're going to be in. So, once you've sorted your bugs, kind of like what we did with our dogs, into your table histogram with their different distributions, low distribution to high distributions, you're then going to create a histogram model for that feature and for all of the features that our bugs have for tasks 5 through 8. So all of the different traits that we have, you're going to create features and traits that we have, you're going to create some histograms for. So let's look at how we're going to do that. The model is going to look very similar to this, and your job is going to be first to figure out what feature you want to focus on for the first part of our histogram creation and our modeling. So maybe you want to focus on bug color, okay? And down here in the traits, you're going to go in and you're going to organize your traits based on color. So maybe you have white, maybe you have red, maybe you have blue, and so on. Once you've organized all of the bugs in front of you on your histogram table, you're then going to transfer it to your model as your data to help you decide where to send them. So maybe you have a high distribution of white. So you'll drag your bar, you'll click, and you'll make it your highest distribution. Maybe blue is your lowest, so you'll have a lower distribution, and maybe red's more of your medium, so you'll have your medium distribution. And this is how you'll create your histogram to represent whatever you do on the histogram table in front of you, how you organize your bugs based on the traits found within that feature. And that's where we're going to collect our data, and that's how we're going to visually show what traits, distribution, and variations we have within our bug population. So go ahead and take a second. Look at your survey. Do you understand how to organize your bug features by their traits? Do you understand how to create a histogram of our bug population features and traits in our modeling tool? If the answer to both of those questions is yes, put your X in the first row. If your answer to one of those is no, put it in yellow. And if your answer to both of those is no, put it in red. This is where we're going to begin practicing and focusing on that skill of using histograms to model the distribution and variations found within a population. So go ahead and place your X in the survey. If you put your X in yellow and red, reach out. Otherwise, good luck modeling our bug population.